I chose Mikey Williams because right now TNT is in an interesting spot. They have 2 more games. If they win both games, they will get the sure twice to beat in the top 4. So that's very important for TNT. But one win will mean outright playoff spot, but they're still not sure if they're going to get that twice to beat. But we talk about Mikey Williams. He is the leader for this team. You know, in their last game against Blackwater, he had 23 points, 4 steals, and 6 rebounds. He's really, you know, the machine that works here for TNT. The ball starts with him. He can make his teammates better and make shots as well for TNT.
Okay, now hearing all of that, Bakon, I want to ask you, kasi ngayon yung mga averages niya, 21.2 points per game, 3.8 rebounds per game, 3.7 assists per game. Have teams started to adjust to scout out a Mikey Williams? Have they found the key to slow him down? Or is he still an import like local dito sa Governors Cup?
I think he's still import like local, unstoppable. Siguro bumaba lang production niya dahil may import conference. Pero like Aaron Fuller is there. Pero parang dalawa import ng talking text with Mikey Williams. I think everyone's still having a hard time figuring him out. And he's been killing it.
Grabe, pwede mo siyang scout pero wala talaga minsan eh. The way that he actually gets separation off the bounce, ibang klase talaga. Up next, Jegs, you have a couple of Northport players. Who do you have?
Well, right now, I chose Robert Bolick and Arwind Santos. They have been incredible for this Northport team. For Northport, it's a must-win for them. They have their next game against TNT. A loss will eliminate them unless Meralco wins. So that will give them a playoff for the 8th spot. So it's really going to be a big game for Northport, and I expect these two to step up for their team. First of all, Robert Bolick is always flirting with a triple-double almost every game. Arwin Santos is throwing back time. At his age, he's still so effective here in the PBA. We know Jamel Artis, the import, will have his numbers, but it will be crucial for these two players to step up.
In their last game, Arwin scored 28 and 9.
Wow.
Bolick had 21 and 17 assists. Bakon, I know you're familiar, very familiar with si Arwin Santos. Nagugulat ka ba yung seeing yung production niya despite his advanced age?
Not really. Parang I expected Arwin to play like this. Sa San Miguel towards the end, parang daming players and he took a backseat sa ibang players to adjust. Pero you know, Arwin naman, lalo na when it's clutch and when he needs to score, he will score and will do everything. Defense, offense, and perfect fit siya actually sa Northport. A leader and a clutch player. Sakto yung combination ni Bolick na pinapasahan pa ni Bolick sa favorite spot ni Arwin sa top of the key. So very, very effective si Arwin and I expected this naman.
Bakon, I want something sizzling here. Sa palagay mo ba, si Robert Bolick yung best playmaker in the PBA today, considering that 17 assists nga in the last game and 9.4 assists per game siya?
Right now with stats, I think we should consider that. 17 assists, siguro wala nga atang more than 13 sa PBA right now. So you can say that and you can give that to him right now.
Ooh, sizzling.
I like that. Hindi siya sizzling eh. Medyo steamed lang. Steamed lang ngayon.
Medium well.
Medium well. Well, I guess. Okay. Bakon, you're gonna like this next one kasi yung susunod na pick ni Diego, si Shabazz Muhammad. Jegs, we all know the scoring, but what makes him stand out for you?
I mean, we have to talk about this guy. He had a 57-point game last game for San Miguel against Meralco, and you know, he's averaging these numbers: 39 points per game, 19 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you know, he mentioned it in the last game that when his jumper is going, it's gonna be tough to stop him, and I would agree. And it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna play in the playoffs if Shabazz Muhammad continues his stellar play here for the PBA.
Bakon, is he the best import in the conference right now?
Woo!
Yeah,
I'm wearing San Miguel, so
Okay.
I think I should say yes. But I should give credit also to other guys like Mike Harris. They're the #1 team right now, Magnolia, and he has been wrecking it. Pero Shabazz, the past game was crazy. Like you know why he was in the NBA, and Actually, nagulat ako na he was this good. I saw him first few practices. Nagulat ako na ganito siya ka-ready. Because I think he came from an injury and a layoff for a few years. So, nagulat rin ako for him.
Alam mo ba kung he wants to make noise, sabi nga niya that he wants to make it back to the NBA one day, and to do that, syempre, shining here is going to be a big part of that. You mentioned the last guy that Jego wants to talk about. You already know your thoughts on that, Bakon. So, Jegs, Mike Harris.
I mean, Mike Harris, he's one of the reasons why Magnolia is #1 right now in the league. They're doing this without Calvin Abueva. And you know, Mike Harris, he had 38 and 10 against Alaska, and he didn't even play a single minute in the fourth quarter. So that's how dominant Mike Harris is. I think he's going to be the leader for this Magnolia team coming into the playoffs, and if they want to go all the way to the finals.